The impact of Trump's policies will be felt across the world, and New Zealand is no exception. As our second largest trading partner, experts say Trump's promised tariffs present the biggest concern. But they say there is some cause for optimism. Here's our senior reporter, Juliet Speedy.
New Zealand may be little and a long way away from this monumental day in America. But make no mistake,
President Trump has ushered in a fundamental change in America's economic policy, in its culture and its geopolitical strategy. And that is going to have massive implications for this country well into the future.
President Trump will definitely have an impact on the New Zealand economy.
For me, it's going to be more like a game of billiards, and you're going to be balls everywhere. And it won't just be how New Zealand responds to America, it's how other countries respond to the United States that impact upon us.
Trump has indicated possible tariffs of 60% on imports from China and smaller tariffs on other countries, which to New Zealand could represent around $8 billion worth of trade.
That's going to have a huge impact. And he quoted President McKinley, who was an avowed protectionist of about 125 years ago, as his sort of mentor, a great president. And so that suggests to me that he is going to follow through on it, and it's going to be harder for New Zealand exporters to export to America.
America is New Zealand's second biggest export market behind China. Both currently have no tariffs on New Zealand.
We must avoid being forced into choosing between America and China. But when you have one country that is threatening to put tariffs on us, we are caught between our first and second trade partners, and that is a challenge for us.
If New Zealand's trading partners are also facing tariffs and are having to effectively either pay more or who are seeing lower production in their countries, that's probably going to mean that there's less that they're willing to buy from New Zealand as well.
And then there's a climate crisis, with the 47th president vowing to repeal climate policies. He's already signed an order pulling out of the Paris climate deal.
The reality is all human beings, whether you're in Aotearoa, New Zealand or the United States of America, are sharing the same planet. And therefore, the actions of any government on this planet impact the livelihoods of everyone who shares it.
Trump has already hit a nerve with New Zealanders, claiming in his speech that the US split the atom, when it was actually Nelson-born physicist Ernest Rutherford who pioneered that research.
Americans pushed thousands of miles through a rugged land of untamed wilderness, lifted billions from poverty, harnessed electricity, split the atom.
But Kiwis are clearly worried about other things too.
There's an America First policy, and that comes at the cost of people like us in New Zealand.
I'm scared. I'm scared for what may come. I think New Zealand will be affected economically.
We don't need any more impacts to our economy at the moment. I think everyone's already hurting too much.
For me, it's definitely the implications that it will have for women and for people of the LGBTQ community.
Christopher Luxon posted a congratulations message to Trump on X, saying the relationship between our two great countries has strong foundations. I look forward to working together to make the most of the opportunities that lie between us.
There's also the chance for optimism as well, because we have challenges today that have to be confronted. We need to make sure that there is no global conflict. We need agreement on international arms control. And we need to ensure peace in a number of regions of the world. And right now, it's possible that he may achieve some of these goals.
Of course, there's also opportunities where New Zealand has been a strong partner in a number of areas with the US that we would hope in the future we could continue to support the US in, and that might bring further economic opportunities as we go forward.
If there are two things Donald Trump's known for, it's his unpredictability and his ego. So for New Zealand, it really is a waiting game to see what plays out and when. A watching brief, week by week, day by day. A brief that's now in place for the next 4 years.